while places continue to be conserved. Watch this action-packed exploration into environments few have seen before exclusively on One Africa on DSTV 284, DSTV Now and GoTV 90.
Join Script every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m. on the nation's favorite radio station, playing the best hip-hop, urban, Afro, and R&B on 99 FM.
99 FM.
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures $155 million Namibian loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Welcome to this Friday's edition of News on One. In the headlines, mother questions why daughter's alleged shooter is not arrested. Education staff members urged to deliver with urgency. Illegal fishing endanger agriculture productivity and business on One. Comments Corner, sports and the weather. First up, the mother of the 10-year-old girl who was allegedly shot by police while pursuing a suspect in Oshakati last week has questioned why the police failed to arrest the police officer who shot her daughter. After the shooting incident, the 42-year-old mother stated that the police only arrested the cell phone theft suspect and not the police officer. The girl, Penihafo Hamunyala, was admitted in the intensive care unit at the Oshakati Intermediate Hospital where she is recovering. Hamunyala is a grade 5 learner at Okatana Primary School.
The distraught mother from Oshakati expressed disappointment in the police for their lack of empathy after the shooting incident. She indicated that up to now, the police have not visited or tendered an apology to the family. Nakamela further accused the police of denying them to open a case as parents.
Sotale ko polisi no ne nando umene o mbistorio ngeno kwa na osike enon tima ngeno na kwetola ndo akucha te yaga tutale ko sipangelo tati kucha ko tombiri onje boyange ko yapewa po kunkwetu ndetani ina tala kumono poliso sasi siope nga tuli munye ngwe kwatushikatu sikuja ya sokana ketolie talo no tumone ike tumone oye tupangu yelele kucha osike ena onje boya tefa yato wakusha so a polisi anu bamwe ba training kwasi tushitashise onje boya polisi yiwile pedu ndete itoba poko nkwashiwana ka shotale ko poliso aya sokana ketundeta mangwa tesango puyelele na shetumone sasa ka tutaifa kali mosipangelo sio kwa hatukanyanga dalo tuli momomboka tunaye kucha tunyanga dala sikotaka yalokana ketukeli muye ha.
Narrating the unfortunate incident, Nakamela explained that the incident happened last Saturday at 1800 hours, shortly after she knocked off from work. The mother said she heard gunshots while the police were chasing a robbery suspect in her residential area. Consequently, Nakamela instructed the children to go back in the shack. Nakamela stated that as the police pursued the suspect robber close to her house, they kept shooting and a bullet went through the corrugated iron and unfortunately struck the young girl. Nakamela explained that while she was outside inspecting the commotion, she heard her daughter crying and was informed that she had been shot.
Auna kwa ngeno haitale na ombudi kuchela sinda teni yesita yumbane no kwaluka inanditikela lwendo ndaluka ike anda ndu ya mumbo nde mumbo ndakana ngala peduke nekungulo onde opo embabalo polisi lolangu nalo opo ike talifiki chala jira ngoko pato cha polisi lo mwa bali membabo one wakala tata ombujo embaba talende tali lotoke ko pateli le ano kwa sindombudi ameno kulotokela kone anditi ala kutomuno kana mwa sakeli mumbo watalo mbenge kuchandike katasa opo andendela ndike andintumbupo elondo ne membaba te tutala kusipangela.
The Namibian Police Detective Chief Inspector Matthews from the Oshakati Police Station informed News on One that as per procedures, an internal investigation has commenced.
No, I think I don't have really the background of the issue because we were in the meeting discussed about that investigation because it's not with us, it's with the internal investigation. We're discussing about it right up now. I don't have a clue on it, but the investigation in that matter is still ongoing. I don't have much to say on that one. But from the side of the police, there is a case registered. I do not know from the family member if they intended to open a case. That one I do not know. I do not know, Lenny.
And there is one thing we all love to do, to gather around an open fire in a space that breaks down the barriers and walls between us and connects us to each other. We love to braai.
Ultimate Braai Master, coming to One Africa this February 26th. From 6:30 p.m., we're serving up good times, delicious food, and ice-cold Coke. A recipe for magic.
Jessica Lagranzi, Marketing Coordinator here for the Kostef Arts and Crafts Center in Swakopmund. We started our journey in 2009 already, and as part of
Swipe on it and win! Come bank with us and stand a chance to win the grand prize of an eco-friendly hybrid vehicle or one of 40 fuel vouchers worth $40,000 Namibian.
Full tank, asseblief.
To enter, simply make any purchase using your bank vintage Visa debit or credit card between the 1st of October 2022 and the 31st of March 2023. With your bank vintage Visa card in hand, let's journey together with every swipe. Visit bankvintage.com.na for more information. Protect yourself against fraud and never share your PIN. T's and C's apply. Bank Vintage, a member of Capricorn Group.
The Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture leadership has urged staff members to redouble their efforts with a focus on work ethics as public servants. The ministry has amongst the largest workforce in government and takes the lion's share of the national budget annually. The staff were urged to focus on ensuring the best outcome from the little resources at their disposal.
Speaking at the annual staff address, the Education, Arts and Culture Minister Anangi Pondoka said the ministry needs dedicated and supportive team members to build on the comparative and competitive advantages.
Let us therefore, as the Eagle team, dedicate our efforts to turn around and transform the fortunes of our teaching and learning so that we can guarantee the Namibian child a brighter future and a better tomorrow by giving our love, loyalty, and care together in unity. The nations expect us to continue to improve the difference in education, no matter the challenges I said. In order for us to continue enhancing efficiency, the Deputy Minister and I need an enlightened, strong, dedicated, patriotic and supportive team, which is you. And you are so many. To build our comparative and competitive advantage. Therefore, do not despair. Remain steadfast and resolute, and we shall walk the journey together till the end. Let us prioritize in order to ensure the best output and best outcome from the little resources at our disposal.
The Deputy Director in the Ministry, responsible for National Heritage and Culture Programs, Boyson Ngondo, said that the Minister's address was a motivation and a boost to the staff members' morale for them to execute their duties with eagerness.
The fact that the Minister really delivered the statement with an open, honest approach, very passionate, and also really reflecting on some of the challenges and issues that we still need to address. So it was not just a usual praising of the staff members, but it was really an honest reflection on where we are as a ministry and what are some of the things that we need to do to improve and to better our performance. And that was really opportune because the staff members needed that spirit of revival so that we can use this message to revitalize the energy that is needed really to recoup from some of the challenges that the education system in Namibia is facing. And I think the overall message in that theme is that as the staff members, we need to be accountable first to our task, because obviously we are employed as public servants to render service at all material times, and it's important that we are accountable. And I think the message was that we need to be ambassadors of what we do as a ministry. The issue of speedy delivery, the issue of efficiency and effectiveness, how we utilize our time, how we utilize resources for the betterment of a Namibian child. So I think the analogy there was the input, the process, and the results. And the results is the performance.
The minister concluded that going forward, she expects a speedy delivery of service to the Namibian child and the Namibian nation at large.
The Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources discovered 33 violations by fishing vessels during seas patrol missions along the coast of Namibia between 1st April and 31st December last year. The violations ranged from lack of appropriate documentation, onboard required equipment and fishing gear specifications. According to the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Derek Clausen, 14 offenders admitted guilt, resulting in fines worth $132,600 Namibian, and 4 dockets are currently open, of which 3 are under investigation.
Clausen said that illegal fishing hampers aquaculture's ability to contribute to food security and sustainable livelihoods. As a result, Clausen stated that the ministry will continue with strict surveillance to root out offenders.
The Sea Patrol mission undertake for the period under review with 12, averaging 18 days at sea, resulting in observation of 122 fishing vessels, of which 38 were inspected and 33 infringements were recorded. The violation ranged from lack of appropriate documentation, required equipment on board, and fishing gear specifications. Dockets were opened. 1 case has been finalized, with the culprits having been fined a total of $225,000. The other 3 are still on the court's roll.
Clausen added that the ministry conducted 29 aerial surveillance missions from April to December last year, monitoring 89 fishing vessels and 44 cargo vessels active at sea.
In order to ensure protection of our fisheries resources, the ministry conducts regular fisheries patrols along and on our water bodies within the national jurisdiction, as well as to make electronic means to monitor adherence to fishing restrictions in particular areas. illegal fishing activities, resulting in fines for offenders found by violating the fisheries legislation.
The Director of Aquaculture and Inland Fisheries, Rudy Kluter, stated that among the challenges faced by the aquaculture subsector is the availability of fish feed.
Namibia is not a producer of fish feed. We are importing our fish feed. So that is one of the challenges for growing this sector. On the marine side, we have a small but vibrant sector that is we are exporting oysters and abalone. Those are the two main species in the marine side. They are based at the coast. We have farms in Walvis Bay and also in Lutherans. We have a big abalone farm in Lutherans. We are exporting mainly to China. We are also exporting to other eastern countries. That's now the oysters. We are also busy with a big project in Lutherans now on seaweed, to actually farm with seaweed in the sea.
Clausen added that the marine sector will soon appoint honorary inspectors to conduct surveillance along the inland water bodies from Kunene to Zambezi River, dams countrywide, Oshana and the floodplains.
Enjoy these fantastic mid-month savings only at Clicks until the 21st of February. Buy Clicks 2-ply toilet paper, 18 rolls, 2 for $110 per pack and 1 for $120. Save 20% on Pampers Pants or Baby Dry disposable nappies jumbo pack. And save 30% on Clicks Extreme Power dishwasher rinse aid or cleaner. Clicks. Feel good. Pay less.
Welcome to this edition of the Business Brief. One of the news stories in the brief stated that the Bank of Namibia forecasts that the domestic economy is expected to grow by 2.7%.
Economically, the mining sector is a beacon of hope for the Namibian economy.
We'll be discussing the Data Protection Bill and how you can protect your personal information.
This bill, basically the Data Protection Bill, before it becomes a law, will be basically responsible for protecting your personal information.
Welcome to Business on One. Two local filmmakers, Ndakalako Shilongo and Otilia Mungoba, recently returned from the Joburg Film Festival in South Africa as part of a collaborative initiative between the Namibia Film Commission and MultiChoice Namibia. The two women have since established a Sisters Working in Film and Television chapter, or SWIFT, in Namibia, which is aimed at ensuring that women filmmakers are equipped to contribute meaningfully to the film industry. Namibia has proven to have huge potential in the creative industry. Thus, Ndakalako Shilongo, who has been producing films for over 7 years, has written stories that touch on topics of everyday life and challenges the youth face on a daily basis. Speaking to News on One, Shilongo expressed what it means to be part of the SWIFT platform, stating that it enabled her to develop her skills and improve on networking in order to push her films beyond the Namibian borders.
We're hearing from direct broadcasters from Zambia, from Kenya. They're telling us what they're looking for, how we can sell our products to them. So all of this information, it kind of shifts the way you think. It shifts the way your mind is working. It then changes you into thinking, okay, I have the passion, I have the work, yes, but how do I turn this into a sustainable business? How do I then create how does my production then make money from what we are creating? As much as we are fueled by passion, we also need to be able to sustain ourselves and our livelihoods and the people around us. So it really shone a great light on those issues that I wanted answers to. So that for me, those were like some of the key areas for me that I would take away from it.
Yeah.
We recently wrapped shooting, I think 3 weeks ago, my short film titled Momea. And after I was done with that film, I was saying, I don't want to do another YouTube film. I want to do a film that's going to go on larger platforms. So this festival for me came at the right time, because in that festival, we talk about distribution and marketing, which is one of the key elements that I wanted to know. I'm like, how do I then turn this into that? So there's
Another film producer, Ottilia Tutu Mungoba, writes and films documentaries. She is well known for her documentary titled The Weight of Tomorrow, and she is currently working on her new project, which she hopes Namibians will embrace and learn from.
Into a fortunate position where we can enable other fellow filmmakers, female filmmakers, in having their voice on the platform and enabling a conducive, workable, professional environment for women in film, because it expands to more of what happens in front of the camera. You've got sound engineers, you've got boom operators, you've got editors, you've got production managers, you've got production administrators who are women. So how do we make sure that they enter into a platform where their rights, where their talents are harnessed and protected? Johannesburg Film Festival was a keen reminder of how I should still pay attention to my documentary that came out last year, The Weight of Tomorrow. So right now we are going to go into festival season, where we're going to try and showcase it at other film festivals and competition locally and internationally as well. But I'm working on a second documentary that is coming out in spring. I can't really say much about it, but it's very much exciting. It talks about human dynamics post-COVID-19. So that as well. And then obviously just propelling myself as a creative director and positioning myself as a talent for content creation in the Namibian landscape.
Both ladies are hard at work with their productions, producing exciting local new films. Mungoba and Shilongo encouraged fellow female producers and creatives out there to follow their dreams and put pen to paper, camera to a tripod, and start producing local films.
Swift Namibia, coming soon.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business news.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insights to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
This DJ is too busy. We are giving you all things, everything. Our DJ is on the decks. Join me, Shayulenga, for all this and more on The Tribe, exclusive to One Africa TV.
The Ministry of Health and Social Services Executive Director Ben Nangombe said they have allowed over 60 medical specialists to work a certain number of hours for state hospitals and, at the same time, operate their own private practices. Chitumba said this could be the reason why people get poor service at state hospitals. Albertina asked why the ministry is not sending its own people to specialize in those fields. Kwala said doctors will refer patients to their practices. Kamuya is against such an arrangement and said teachers should also be allowed since they are poorly paid. And that's it from Comments Corner. Be sure to engage on our stories on our social media pages for broadcast on News on One.
Ready? Wow. Mia, can you send me that? Sure.
Mia, can you send me that?
Mia, can you send me that?
Green light. Red light. Can you send me that?
Hey, can you send me that? Sure.
On this episode of The She Word, we find out what should be done to protect egg donors from possible exploitation.
It is while waiting for a doctor's appointment to undergo tubal ligation in the UK that Pumla Navacha heard about egg donation.
I overheard a conversation between two slightly older African women, and they were going through a deep conversation about how they had failed for years and years, been trying to have a child, to have children.
The Namibia Rugby Union received 4 vehicles from Nissan Popkowitz, which will help the union with preparations as the national team gears up for the World Cup in France later this year.
The vehicles handed over this week include 2 Nissan double cabs, a Magnet sedan and an MP200. Rugby Union Chief Executive Officer John Hines stated that they have been struggling with transport. He explained how the vehicles will aid the union.
Immensely, because if you look now of recent, the high performance team, they've been visiting various regions and towns to reach out and connect with our local club players. So with the high performance under the lead of Alistair Kutsia and the Vice President Governors Mr. Johan Diergaard paid visits to Grootfontein and a few weeks ago to the west, which is Walvis Bay, and then also a week ago in Rehoboth. So now the team is now again taking up the responsibility to go to the far south, and that is to reach out to our players, our stakeholders, our clubs, and driving down to the town of Luderitz. And also our referees association will be also benefiting from this whole process of doing their annual workshop in Potchefstroom.
Nissan Popkowitz dealer principal Jansen van Rensbeck stated that the vehicles will assist the union reach the communities in remote areas of the country. He added that more sponsorships are on the way.
Obviously, with the Currie Cup and the World Cup coming up, it's a great opportunity for us to showcase our product and to partner with Namibia Rugby to take this sponsorship even further. So, yeah, for the current sponsorship agreement is for a year, but obviously after that we will really look at it and most probably lengthen the agreement.
Namibia is expected to partake in the upcoming World Cup.
That's it from the sports front. Up next is the weather forecast. We have come to the end of tonight's edition of News on One. Don't forget to catch the Omnibus tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. From me, Isai Sipunga, and the rest of the team, it's good night.